Hello everybody, and I want to start this video by saying I'm not sponsored by anything that I'm showing you today.
Meetings.
We'll deal with it!
Okay.
I'm not sponsored.
Hi. I'm eating.
I'm not sponsored by anything we're dealing. As you can tell by the title, it's Hunt a Killer. And this is the first package. I saw this on Facebook and I'm like, this is really cool. I kind of want to take a look at it. So this one says, we got this little card. On the back it says Class of 98, Episode 1. This month your package contains 11 items. Letter from Private Investigator, Blacklight, high school yearbook, map of Chestnut Falls, letter from Sheriff, investigation waiver, witness statements, crime scene description, newspaper articles, incomplete timeline, and a koozie. So,
Judging by that, I know who did it.
you don't know Jack.
Colonel Mustard in the library with the wrench.
It's not Clue!
Damn it.
They also gave us a notebook, a black light. I love it. So far, it's been really fun to play with. A little pin, and a start here thing that just says, like, welcome, and just gives you a few things like first steps and all this other stuff on how to play, that kind of thing. Just the normal stuff. So, and I haven't even opened the envelope yet. And it says Gray Investigations. So, what do you think, honey?
Yes.
Really? You're gonna freeze up and go deer in the headlights?
No, I was
This
just
isn't
eating.
this isn't your first rodeo, boy.
No, I agree. We should find that killer with the envelope full of stuff.
Anyway, so I'm gonna switch to this camera here, and I'm gonna have him be the Mr. Cameraman.
But I was eating. Okay, let's do this.
And open this up.
Yay, babe.
Ah! What the cheesers? Jesus.
Honey, watch your mouth. There might be children.
I don't know why children would be watching Hunt a Killer. But,
How do you know children don't hunt killers? What about, what were those boys called? The Hardy Boys.
Jesus Christ. It's like a manila envelope. Screw it.
God, no!
Envelope. Woo! The little cozy. Back to the 90s.
That's like, yeah, okay. God, I was born in the 88. Like, 90s weren't that far long ago. I'm not old.
I was born in 94, so. I wanted to save the manila envelope. That looked like it wasn't going to happen. It's like cardboard paper. That's actually really cool. Okay.
It's called cardstock.
Okay, so this is Gray's Investigation. Hello. Per recommendation by my trusted colleague, I've reached out to you for assistance in the investigating a recent homicide. The extensive nature of this investigation is proving too much for one person to handle. There are certain aspects that impede on my objectivity. I understand that you are incredibly capable, so I have no doubt that you will be an asset involved in solving this case. The victim is Charles Mc... Are you pointing that too close?
I don't know.
It's like my full face in view.
Kind of.
Know this.
You're pretty.
In this paper. A pharmacist in Chestnut Falls, Illinois. He was murdered on the night of his high school reunion, or rather our high school reunion. Charlie and I both graduated from Chestnut Falls High School Chestnut Falls High in 1998. I've always had the tendency to hyper focus on my work and neglect to befriend those around me, Charlie included. But I remember him as a kind person, always surrounded by the same tight knit group of friends who called themselves the Hacky Pack. Wow. Unfortunately, they are now the prime suspects. 5 suspects from the friend group currently reside in Chestnut Falls. Antonio something or other, record shop owner, Arthur Hughes, high school history teacher, what the
What?
Ruben Dupree, I think, farmer, Nicholas something, neuroscientist, and Susan something, veterinarian. 3 are in town for the reunion. Aurora McBride, lawyer, Charlie's cousin, Nita something, freelance journalist, and Gavin Nash, a plastic surgeon. Lastly, we must consider Sarah something, Charlie's wife, whom he met in college, has a, as an additional suspect. I'm in the process of gathering witness statements from the 9 suspects and have provided you with the transcribed copies of what I have so far. I started tracking the suspects' movements in a timeline based on their recounts of the night. It's concluded in the file, so please think of it as a jumping off point because this investigation is still ongoing. There is key evidence being collected and uncovered. A whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to read. Holy crap.
Wow.
Okay, please don't rip. Why? Why? This is why they recommended a cork board, which we do not have.
What do you think, Jesse?
Oh, they actually did a whole... I'm really liking this. They did an actual whole thing. I like this.
I bet you it was that dude with the beard.
That's cool. I like that. They did a whole thing like that. The whole... Why is this... I don't like it when it does that. Anyway. This is just a memorandum to Michelle Gray from the sheriff, subject of homicide case. It says, Michelle, I'm sorry to bring you in on such short notice. I should have called you so late last night to ask for your help. You probably would have rather continue catching up with your friends than jump into a murder investigation, but I'm grateful you said yes. Honestly, I don't know who else to trust with this. My office has been able to keep up with how fast this town is growing. And with my illness keeping me out of commission, that just leaves Officer Goff to hold down the fort. Goff's a good man. He's great at directing traffic and maybe handling a shoplifting case, but the man is as green as the day I hired him. The murder is way out of his league. I know you were in town for a reunion, so when Goff called me panicked as a squirrel staring down at semi, I picked up the phone. You were by far the best intern we've ever had, and I was so proud when you told me you were starting up your own PI firm. A formal office was never your style. Chestnut Falls is my home, and it was once yours. It just felt wrong trusting it to some stranger from the county or state offices. I know it's unusual, but I'm asking you to run point on this investigation. You'll have access to all of my office's resources, including Goff, if you can find a use for him. The town hasn't dealt with a murder in decades, so I apologize for the lack of guidance or protocols to help you. Show this letter to Lisa in town hall, and she'll show you around the office. If you buy her coffee first, she'll even teach you the trick to make the printer work. Charlie was a good man, and it kills me to hear what happened to him, but I rest a little bit easier knowing you're on the case. So just to let you know, this is not an actual case. In case people think this is an actual case, it's not. It's a play case. which I love doing because I love murder mysteries and stuff. And these aren't real people we are talking about. These are just random names picked out. I don't think this is a real town.
I doubt it is.
Be kind of cool. Jesus Christ. Okay. There's papers in this. Looks like it's the start of a timeline. Let's see. Frege. Apparently he was murdered at an estimated 9:37. The high school reunion was from 6 to 9. That's it for that page. And this is just doing a crime scene investigation detail summary.
Oh,
What?
Codeman's trying to message you.
Yeah.
But we're doing a video.
Yes.
And solve murder.
This is just a description of, let's see, at 10:52, the sheriff was called me to request my assistance on the crime on his behalf. I left the local bar at 10:58 and arrived at the scene at 11:16 p.m. I spoke to the deputy, who was still on the scene. Reporting officer Deputy James Goff. Before I left the scene, I observed the placement of the evidence markers and the situation of the vehicle. The passenger door was left open and the interior light and headlights were left on. The keys were in the ignition. Following interviews with reporting officer, reporting witnesses, and medical examiner reveal further details of the crime scene upon their retrospective arrivals. So the location of the deceased, it was a secluded area known as the Grove, frequented by teenagers. Empty bottles and other used items were found in the area. It was dark and dry. Trees in the area were close together, hindering visibility on the scene. Tire marks at the scene matched the make and model of tires on a car belonging to Charles, or returning to the victim. Gravel indentations show footprints leading away from the car, long strides, ground consistency made size/shoe impossible to identify. And next one is just saying the interview was completed. This is actually kind of cool. Anyway, I'm not going to read the full thing for you, because that's for me to do. But maybe in another video later on, I might tell you who did it.
Also, I would say don't hesitate to give us your theories. I'm still with Colonel Mustard.
Alright guys, I hope you did enjoy so far. Let me know if you enjoyed and I might bring you in a little bit more in the middle. I'm not sure how much I can actually say about this, because I don't think I can get in trouble for it, but I also don't want this to be like a freaking hour, 2-hour long video, because this I actually want to read through and I don't want to be like just reading it to the camera, because that can be boring to watch and listen to. So I did hope you enjoy. I hope you do comment and down in the description below letting me know if you do like this and if you don't. And I hope you have a wonderful day. While you're down in the comments, you can go over and hit subscribe if you do choose to, and ring the bell. Have a great day. Don't stop it! Last time I let